Disclaimer: all opinions expressed on the 1A Zone are of mine and mine alone. Unless if I have a guest, which I'm not too sure when the hell that will happen due to the logistics of the whole setup process. I also do not represent any one group or organization. In any case, true to the name of the show, I will be covering a wide range of topics, ranging from politics to religion to the metaphysical, and even the mundane and trivial, such as video games and life events. Lastly, if you are easily offended, you are warned. Anyway, hope you enjoy the show. Feel free to leave a positive or negative comment, as long as it's relevant to the topic at hand and thought was put into it. Have a good one. Hey folks, so welcome to another very delayed. Well, I can't really say delayed, but because I did openly say that there was no schedule here. But basically, another episode of the 1A Zone. Uh, Today is currently December 13th, and um, I decided to make this video because the holidays are upon us, and I know it could be a particularly stressful, emotionally and definitely financially during this time of the year. And if y'all didn't drink the Kool Aid and just like start, like overcharging your cards and stuff. You know what I mean? Like y'all know it's just what the holidays about should be about the holidays, which unfortunately I'm going to be derailing off topic right now, but Christmas. I don't think is. I mean, I don't think it's the actual day that Christ was born. It's more about the celebration of the winter solstice and Saturnalia. Just look that up. It's a Roman holiday. But in any case, before I go on to a completely different topic from what I want to talk about, but yeah, like I said, so the holidays are particularly financially and emotionally stressful time, and I just want to tell a little story, uh, a little bit more about my background. And But basically, the topic of this discussion is basically, well, I grew up poor, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And I just say like I'm not saying like I grew up like wearing rags and shit, but like you know definitely below middle class. And So yeah, let me just let me just go through the motions. So again, my lapse of memory, but I think I may have I spoken about my biological father. I don't think so. I'm not too sure. In any case, he was a fucking deadbeat. All right, so this man, uh, like he was a number one, he was a wife beater, and number two, Uh, he did not work a full time job. He absolutely refused to work a full time job. He only worked as a part time job as a busboy. Um, because quite frankly, he was a lazy bum, and he gambled away the family's money at off track betting, which at the time, which thank God they don't exist anymore because I have a personal vendetta with them. Uh, Yeah, basically, off-track betting or OTB, what's commonly known as, is basically a horse racing gambling establishment, and they had franchises all over the place popping up. So towards the beginning of the 2000s, once the 1990s ended, I mean, basically, they just all disappeared, and you don't know how vindicated I felt when I saw that. So basically, but yeah, that was his get rich quick scheme, and yeah, didn't particularly see those places in very good light. All right, so in any case, um, after a while, my mom decided to finally leave him. Took her a while, uh, and so of course, I was being raised by a single mother. Uh, you know, English was her second language, and she was, she did her best, man. She struggled. She did her best, man. And there's something else that happened prior to my birth that I don't want to. I don't know if I'm ever going to talk about, but you know, finances were definitely an issue, and having that man as my father did not help at all. Who I begrudgingly call my father. He is just genetically my father, which is bad enough as it is. So, in any case, so of course, growing up, in Queens, in New York, it was not cheap. Even back then, back in the days during the '80s, and my mom, again, she tried her best. She really, really did what she could, and it's definitely had its rough moments. I mean, yeah, I mean, I remember like we were living in one apartment building, and where you know the water would just shut off. The hot water would just shut off, and then like what to do? I had to go to school, so we had to go, boil some tap water, and I had to go like put that in a pot, bring it to the bathroom, and I used that along with some cold water from the faucet to to bathe myself in the morning. I mean, we had some rough moments, but like she always tried. She, my mom always tried. I mean, like, I remember this one time in junior high school. Now, kids, everybody's like, they gotta see you wearing like fucking like Reeboks or Nikes or some shit like that. So like, I needed some sneakers. My mom didn't know any. She got me these. Now, mind you, this was junior high school, so I had to get this pair of like sneakers that no brand, but they had these flashing lights. I'm like, God, I don't want to say no, because I know that she was single, raising me by herself. So I just begrudgingly tried to wear them. I didn't try not to complain, and of course I got fucking dissed to hell and back. And but my mom tried, and I mean she even tried to give me fucking allowance too. And I gotta say, thank God for this Army Navy store that was like in Jackson Heights. And they're long gone now, but basically they had Reeboks. I saw a pair of black Reeboks running shoes for like really, I mean, really reasonable price. And thank God for that. So basically, I just saved up my money. I got those instead for myself, But like, but yeah, I mean, like we definitely lived. Uh, we definitely had a very, very, very modest lifestyle. Extremely modest. And I remember like there were times when my youngest cousin, his mother would spoil him rotten, right? Which I don't understand because she didn't really do that to her other two kids. So for some reason, like the father and his mother, really doted on him like crazy. Spoiled him rotten. Like, so basically, like, he would get, like, video game systems and shit like that. Like, the only Nintendo I got was, like, I got to play was, like, basically from my uncle and my aunt's place, and, it was theirs. And, I got a Super Nintendo because my uncle got it for me for Christmas, but games were not cheap back then. Holy shit, they were, like, $60 a cartridge? And I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I mean, like, I made sure I tried to get, like, whatever. I only had, like, a handful of games, man. But I made sure I got them and played them. And whatever I got, I make sure that I would enjoy them. And, I mean, it's just kind of like, and I remember my cousin would, like, rub it in my face. Like, he would get all these fucking games. He got the Japanese imports and shit that cost, like, fucking a retarded amount of money and stuff. And he was just like rubbing my face, like, yeah, it was like, I got this, I got that, I got this. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever, man. Didn't realize that was my first experience of dealing with a narcissist. Fucking egocentric narcissist. But it is what it is, man. It's one of those. Looking back, I was like, oh, that's what God wanted to show me. So yeah, I mean, we lived a very very modest life, and that's where I learned the value of money. Now I was taught to save money. I wasn't taught to invest money, which is a completely different thing, which obviously no one teaches you. So but at the very least, I saved it. And that's what I mean. This is where I get my mindset from today. And I know certain people laugh at me. It's like, oh, you fucking, you're wasting your, oh, you're not living your life and stuff like that. But it's like, no, I get to live my life, but you have to prioritize what to put into your money. And this was a lesson that I learned very, very late in life. And I kind of wish I got it through my head sooner because I wasted a lot of money back then on some other stupid stuff that looking back, I'm like, why did I spend money on that? It's just like, I remember like video game magazines back then was all over the place. And, of course I was poor. So I was like, I couldn't afford games, but like dopey me, like for those like magazines, like there were like 5,000 magazines. If I saved up my money and just put it together, I could get myself a new game, but I didn't have that mindset at the time. I was kind of like, well, fucking stupid, financially inept, and yeah, I mean, basically, the lesson I kind of wish I learned back in the day was basically, which I don't think a kid would really understand, but if you're not putting your money into something that's going to help you physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, and if it's not going to help you either make more money or at least retain the value of your money, it's a waste of money. Another thing I want to throw in there is basically like, if only if if you're able to do so, if you're in a position where you're able to do so, you help people, innocent people, all right, who basically, they got a rough spot of life, well, if something they went through a rough patch, and if they need of some financial assistance, you help them out if you choose to, but help them out, or any sort of, charity or whatnot. If you feel like they're it's a legitimate charity or it's a legitimate person, and basically, you're able to do it. It's not gonna hurt you, and basically you're not looking for anything in return, no reward, no nothing, and if you're able to do it, cool. If not, just give them a good prayer and just kind of keep it moving, just pray for their wellness and keep it, whatnot. Again, I can't stress, if you're able to do it. If you're not able to do it, I mean, there's no point, killing yourself financially, and then, basically, that way, if you feel like you want to help other people in a position where they're less fortunate and innocent, then do so. I mean, there's some people who like just splurge away their money like idiots, and that's their own bullshit that they got themselves into. Like they need to read that Aesop's fable about the what's the Aesop's fable? I forgot. But the one about the grasshopper and the ant, basically the grasshopper kept on partying like nonstop, and the ants, busted their ass nonstop. And then once winter came, the fucking grasshopper almost starved to death. If it wasn't for the ants, certain adults still need to listen to that damn fucking fable. I mean, like, it's a damn shame. Adults. In any case, but yeah, I mean, like, but growing up, yeah, I was very, I was not affluent, and for some reason, I feel like people, I don't know why. I just get this feeling like people think I'm like affluent right now at the time of this recording. Now I am blessed. I ain't got no $1,000,000 under my name. All right. And the thing is this, like, I wish people would like, use their brains and think about this. Like, look, I ain't got no vehicle. All right. All this time, I am currently living in New Jersey. Right. I was born and raised in New York. I did not want to move to New Jersey all my life up until fairly recently, because I realized, like, you get double taxed from New York, city and state, and you got to deal with the fucking water system and all this bullshit. I'm like thinking, like, this is like one of rare few times where I just feel like I don't know if I want to move back to New York. But basically, all my life I wanted to move back to New York. I've been busting my ass my last job because I wanted to move back to New York. All right, which I could not even afford to with that stupid ass last job. All right. So what do you think that if I was shitting out fucking Benjamins, what do you think that basically I would not be in this spot where I am right now. I would have been in New York with a nice water system that where I could drink clean ass water and fucking driving around in my whatever my little hoopty. Well, if I want to get a vehicle so bad, which in New York you really don't need a vehicle for the most part. I don't get that shit. Anyway, but like I said, I'm not saying I am poor by any means, but you know, I mean, I just I just want to live a life where basically I ain't got to worry about like winding up at the hospital and then if I broke something or or whatnot. I mean, and plus raising a gotta have money to raise a family and all that sort of thing, which is why I don't have still single at the time of this fucking recording. But anyway, um, but I mean, it's just yeah, I mean, but there's no shame in that because guess what? I growing up old. I mean, not sorry, growing up poor. I am growing up old. Well, unfortunately, that's the only way aging works. You grow up old. But like, I mean, like growing up poor. I mean, I remember that's when the dollar store first started popping up and stuff. I mean, it's just like, and I know people get ragged on for going to shop at the dollar store. Like, they saw you and your parent going to the dollar store. Oh, forget it. This kids, I mean, they'll fucking tear you up. Like, oh, well, I saw your mother shop at the fucking dollar store. It's like fucking, but guess what? I still shop at the fucking dollar store. I don't give a fuck. People can. Yeah, I'm telling it to y'all right now. I still shop at the dollar store. I still shop at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Dollar General also is not really. They don't really have good deals there. I shopped at. And then while I was working at my last job, I went to Jack's 99-cent shops. And what else? Lot Less. That's my favorite fucking store right in New York. Lot Less. Shit. And then what else? Marshalls and TJ Maxx. I mean, you find some good stuff there. Oh, you should go to the gourmet food section. You find some good quality stuff there, especially if it's clearance. You still have to shop around because some of the stuff there that you find are not, even though they're in those quote-unquote discount stores, they're not really that good deals, So I kind of built up my shopping acumen by being, growing up the way I did. But, I mean, it's just, I mean, there's really... If anything, it just helps you survive. It teaches you to fucking survive right now. I mean, like, I try to buy deals for the most part, and I try to, it's I think I truly do believe that it kind of helped me survive in this current economic climate that we're in right now, which is basically financial Armageddon, in my opinion. Definitely not my opinion. Basically, food prices are out the ass and shit. Basically just meeting your basic needs is like fucking. It's tough. It's fucking. It's tough. I mean, like basically, it's like, it's gotten so exorbitant. It's crazy. And but I'm able to survive for many reasons. But like one of them is basically just being able to having that frugal mindset. And and again, so basically, like, to the people who grew up poor, I mean, it's just no shame in that. There's really no fucking shame in that, Now, if you keep that, unless if you keep that fucking mindset for the rest of your life, and it's like, oh my god, it's terrible, it's this, it's that, it's the past. Move on. That does not define you. As if anything, the hardship of the past will make you stronger in the future. All right. Now, it could go either way. I mean, basically, you could be bitter for the rest of your life, or you just try to make it work, use it to your advantage, even though it's not technically a shadow side, but that's the whole principle of of like integrating your shadow side. That was something that it was not something that you brag to people about, like, yeah, I'm poor and shit, but basically you use that as an advantage because guess what? It helps you to learn survival instincts for when the economy goes to shit. You know how to deal. You have no problem. You know dollar stores exist, so you go there and you know how to survive. You know what to pick out. You know what to get. You know the discount stores. You know the deals. You know whether or not they're bullshitting you with the good, with quote calling it, selling you stuff that looks like that they claim to be good deals because it's in that shop, but it's not. You know, you survive better. And again, that's not something to be. That's not something to be stressing. That's not something to be not every. Ideally, everybody grows up with a silver spoon. Actually, you know what? Ideally, we don't have a financial system, which the financial system is pretty much crooked anyway. Um. Oh boy, yeah, I can tell that this video is gonna get a lot of views on the old YT. Anyway, that's not the point. It's not for the views. It's basically just hopefully this words get out to somebody who needs to fucking hear it. And it's just something that, but yeah, I mean, basically, were they hard lessons? Yes. But they were lessons that helped to, you know, strengthen a person's resolve. Make some, I mean, it can help them get through tougher times. I mean, it's like exercising. I mean, like basically, you keep on doing the easy shit. You're not gonna see much gains. You have to like really gradually up the ante and stuff. And that obviously that's gonna be more discomfort and more pain, but you're gonna go see more gains. So you're gonna have to go through that trial by fire. And if anything, it was just like it was a trial by fire. So in a way, in a very weird way, I am grateful. And also just didn't make me a spoiled fucking brat too. So I'm grateful for that too. I mean, like um, you grow up from a humble point of view, humble beginnings, and you realize, I mean, it's not again. Don't basically just don't never feel ashamed that you grew up poor or whatnot. It was just a lesson that we all had to learn, and if it made you stronger, then you know what, that's a return of value right there. So but yeah, I mean, the holidays is a crock of shit anyway. They're just trying to get you to buy shit, and like prove someone you love somebody by buying them shit and stuff like that. It's a crock of shit. um just like all the other holidays, like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and all them shits. Employee Day. Yeah, we're all gonna show you our appreciation for X, Y, and Z on that one day, and then the rest of the day we're gonna like just like fuck it. Yeah, it's a money grab scheme. It's a money grab scheme. In any case, I ranted on long enough about this. I assume. I guess. Yeah. Why not? Why not? But yeah, look, but to all y'all, I know I don't believe that it's the day of, Christ actually was born on that day, but I'll still say, look, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever the hell you celebrate, whatever you do, just, keep high vibes, try to keep high vibes as much as possible, and just kind of, just have a damn good one, man. Just have a damn great one. Just take care of yourself. Treat yourself nice. Keyword yourself. Make sure you treat yourself nice. Give yourself some good affirmations. Nothing delusional. Like you think you're Superman or some shit like that, but like just give your treat your just give yourself a nice good pep talk. Treat yourself something nice. Maybe on that Christmas, if you're by yourself, go out, get something nice to eat that doesn't break the bank. Just kind of relax. Just like, look, I'm having a good fucking day. This is a good fucking day. In any case, y'all have a great one. If I don't release a video around the holidays, most likely I probably won't, knowing my schedule. But then again, knowing myself, I probably just shot myself in the foot by saying this. I'm probably going to have to release something later. I'm probably going to think about a topic to release down the line around the holidays. But anyway, in any case, whatever. Y'all enjoy the holidays. Take it easy. All right. Take care. Have a good one. Good luck. God bless. Take care. Already said take care twice. Take care a third fucking time. And as always, keep it real. Y'all have a great one. Later.